Hi, this is Charlene from My Transgender Nation, and we are here with another episode of Coming Out, interviews with Jessica and her family and friends. Today we have her friend Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Welcome. So, Bob, tell us how you know Jessica.
Oh, we met 2 weeks ago in a bar. No.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been friends since childhood. I don't know. I think I was 9. My mom was what's that called? Cub Scout, right? So she was the den leader, and CJ at that time was a helper. So, and we've been friends ever since.
Cool.
So we've,
it's been a long
we've
road.
known each other for what, 50 years?
Yeah.
52 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 tree years.
Yeah, I bought my first motorcycle from him. You know, we've done a lot of shit together.
Yeah. So tell us, what are some of the favorite things that you and CJ used to do together?
Ride motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things we can't talk about. Had fun.
Yeah.
Go drinking.
Drinking and driving.
Drinking and
Right?
driving. All the
Hanging
things
off
we're
that
not
cliff,
supposed to be doing.
right? Hanging off the cliff of West Rock, right? Or is that East Rock? What's the name of that?
East
Remember
Rock.
what? Huh?
East Rock.
Yeah, we should go back there. What if we go back there?
There we go.
You know, yeah, we did the bar scene back then. You know, it was fun. You know, then he got married, had a family, and you know, we went our ways and then reconnected. You know, like it usually happens.
Yeah. Now, were you part of the dancing crew or no?
The
Daniels dancing crew?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and Bob were not both of them didn't do, they weren't dancers, that's for sure. So
Well, I've been to Danielle's. I don't know. We used to go to Toads a lot. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
Toads.
the rock scene. You know.
Yep.
You know, he's always well, back then he was wild. Like to control the crowd, you know. So
yes. Oh yes, definitely like to control the crowd. We used to do that
Yeah,
all
we
the time.
Yeah, so you know, after like the encore or whatever, you know, you sit there, we start stomping on the floor, and you know, rile everybody up. We sit back and look. It's like, oh yeah, we started that. Then it would calm down, and we started again. You know, it's kind of like doing the wave in football. You know, things starting it. You know, and just sit back and watch it evolve. You know.
So take us to the day where CJ came to you and said that CJ wanted to be Jessica.
Oh yeah. He called me and said, "Are you sitting down?" And I was you know, you okay? Everything all right? You went, yeah. You know, and told me what was going on, and you know, pretty committed. You know, already changed your name, I think, at that time, and had appointments for facial and voice feminization and stuff, and you know, so I don't know, you know, first thing I said, I was kind of glad that it's more acceptable in this day and age. And I said, I could, you know, I said, you know, feeling the pain. I said, you know, I wonder how hard it was for you not telling anybody this whole life. You know, he was 58, I guess, at that point, you know, when she told me, you know. So it was like, you know, to do that back in the 60s, 70s, it wasn't acceptable, you know. At least, you know, today's age, it's acceptable, you know. So I understand, you know, I just felt, you know, hiding it, you know, because nobody knew, you know, kept that from everybody, you know. So,
what was your initial thought when CJ came to you? Were you like, really, or did you know? Did you kind of always suspect something?
No, I didn't know anything. He was, you know, he was always off, you know, sense of humor, you know, things like that. So, no, it took, you know, just didn't notice, didn't have a clue, you know. She hit it, you know. So, I don't know. So, I mean, one of the first times that, you know, we met when she got, you know, showed up, you know, actually dressed as a female. You know, we met for lunch or somewhere, and it's almost like he read my mind. You know, we're sitting there eating, and I said I had a question, and he said, and, you know, she goes, "I still like girls." I said, "I don't care what you do. Wear a dress that you took off. You're still the same person." You know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same person inside. I mean, so, you know, as a friend of mine told me, he said, you know, because it busted my chops because we had a deal. As I still call you CJ, as long as your kids still call you Dad, right? And my friends go, it's Jessica, you know. And I was like, I know, but I would call like Jessica. She wouldn't answer. I go, CJ, what?
And I'm like,
you know, and a friend of mine said something to me, and that's when it really clicked. He said, you know, well, Jessica just told you about it. She's known this her whole life. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, you know, that's when I really thought about, you know, what, you know, to hide that for so long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, she's been this way her whole life. You know, that day she just decided to tell me about it, you know?
Yep.
So really it's been, she's the same person, except now has hair.
Yeah.
and a few other minor changes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jessica, how was it for you to tell Bob? What were you thinking when you?
Well, like we talked about in some of these other interviews, you know, with any of these people, for me, it's a roll of the dice. You know, I can hope for the best, but, you know, but you got to accept that maybe you're not going to get that either. And you never know how somebody's going to take it. You know, I have other friends who I've known as long as Bob that took it in a whole different direction, you know, and just basically couldn't accept me as Jessica and don't really want to even communicate with me. Bob has been, as much as Bob is a male chauvinist and he's been one of my longest friends, he's still been one of my biggest advocates since day one. So.
Well, I mentioned we should have a funeral for CJ.
Yeah, that was good.
And so Jessica goes, oh, good, I can wear my little black dress.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, huh?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
So Jessica, did you talk to your therapist or did you talk to a counselor or anything before you started telling your friends, or did you just start?
Oh, no. So this was all planned out, actually. I mean, even like the time when Kelly found out, when Kelly walked in the room on me and I was in the living room dressed, I was on the phone with my therapist, exactly talking about how I was going to come out and, you know, and how Kelly was going to take it, seeing how she was living in my house and stuff. And words were coming out of my mouth about how Kelly was going to react when she walked through the basement door and saw me dressed. Like, I was like, oh shit. So, I mean, every one of these steps that I took, especially with the close friends that I had a conversation with my therapist before it happened, you know, about how I was going to approach it and how I should, you know, be prepared for it and what to expect and, you know, how it could go either way, basically.
And it's so important to have the help of a professional when you're going through this, as we talked before on many of our episodes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should consider trying to go down this path without having professional help. It just makes it so much easier. I mean, you know, there's a lot, you can be very comfortable with yourself and have a pretty good idea, but you still don't know everything. And, you know, and people who do this for a living, they've seen a lot of different sides of it. So it makes it a lot, you know, easy for them to assist you and just give you some direction with it.
So, Bob, what advice would you give to other friends of people going through a transition? What was your?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I mean, I still see the same person, so I mean, it wasn't any different, you know. I mean, that's I don't know, it's still the same person in here, so I really don't know. I mean, it's her journey. I mean, I accept her for who she is, you know, and, you know, I'm still the same person. She's still the same person. So, like, you know, I don't know. It depends, I guess, you know, it depends on the individual, you know. If you're that close-minded, do you have issues? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I was brought up in a very open family, so, you know, a lot of situations are accepted, you know. So.
Jessica, do you miss anything that you used to do with Bob as CJ that you don't do now as Jessica?
No, pretty much Bob's interaction with me. I don't, other than the fact that he has to deal with me being female now, which is, you know, tougher for him than it is for me. We still do the same stuff. We still ride motorcycles together. We still go drinking together. We still hang out and do stupid things together. So,
except I can still write my name in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh God!
True statement. True statement. Yep,
I'm still inappropriate.
And I don't wish that I could do it anymore. So we're good with that.
Well, Bob, thanks so much for being here and for being so supportive of Jessica's new endeavor and trying to help other people and other friends and family who are going through a transition. And it just seems like you guys have a great relationship and still doing the same fun things that you always did since you were little.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long, long road and it's been a fun one. So, and it's still going strong, you know?
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll both do this until we finally drop over from having too much fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we didn't go into too many stories.
Yeah, we got to be careful with that. So.
Well, that's great. If anyone wants to get in touch with Jessica, they can go to her website, which is mytransgendernation.com, or contact her through her social media, which is on Facebook and Instagram, both My Transgender Nation. And again, if you are going through a transition, if you need help, know that you're not alone. Jessica's always around to help, give advice, you know, reach out to a therapist, friends, and family who are supportive of you. So thanks again, Bob, for being here. Thank you, Jessica.
Pleasure.
Thanks for joining us, Bob. This has been good.
All right. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.